So very good morning, one and all present here. Am I audible? Pooja ma'am,
Yes,
am
sir.
I audible? Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Because I have muted all the participants. So let us start. So good morning to all the distinguished resource person, faculty members, researchers, students, industrial professional, and participants from India and abroad. So before I begin, I would like to share a very sad piece of news. Early this morning, we came to know that one of our young faculties of our school only, Dr. Pradeep Dal, has passed away following a road accident and subsequent coma while undergoing treatment at the Tata Hospital, Jamshedpur. So on behalf of the School of Computer Applications, KIT University, I express our deepest condolence to his family, friends, colleagues, and students. So anyway, so we have to start the workshop. So on behalf of School of Computer Application, KIT DU, where we offer BCA, MCA, MSc, then BSc and PhD program this year we have started and related disciplines. So I extend a very warm welcome to all of you to this workshop titled Applied Cybersecurity Using Multi-Agentic AI. So we are delighted to organize this workshop on one of the most emerging and impactful areas at the intersection of cybersecurity and artificial intelligence. So this overwhelming response to this workshop clearly demonstrates that growing interest in this rapid evolving field, that is your cybersecurity. So we are pleased to inform you that we have 245 registered participants, from which 73 are non-KIT. The students, those who are not in KIT, they have also registered from abroad, representing 22 countries across the globe, including Australia. Ma'am, from your country also, 3 students has registered. Some from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Brunei, Cameroon, Chad, this Democratic Republic of Congo, then Ethiopia, Germany, Italy, Hungary, okay, like that, Malvi, Malaysia, Nepal, South Africa, and Sri Lanka, among some of the countries' name. So I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed resource experts who have graciously agreed to share their valuable knowledge. Sir, am I audible to all?
Yes, yes, you are
Okay,
audible.
thank you. Because one message is come. Oh, fine. Okay, fine. So we are honored to have experts from USA, Dr. Rishikesh, and we have also research person from Australia, Pooja ma'am is here with us, and other premier academic institute and industries joining us for this workshop. So their contribution will provide participants with both theoretical insight as well as practical exposure to cutting edge development in cybersecurity and multi-agentic AI. So I would also like to acknowledge the participation of faculty members and researchers from several reputed international institutes. 9 faculties have joined from outside India, along with the student participant. So those are from University of Malaysia, Perlis, University of Ruhana, Sri Lanka, Modern College Business and Science, Oman, Rhodes University, South Africa, York State University, Nigeria, and one faculty from Darshan University, India also has joined. So their presence adds a truly global dimension of to this event. So thank you, sir and ma'am, I have joined. This workshop has been carefully designed to provide participants with an understanding of emerging cybersecurity challenges and how multi-agentic AI can be leveraged to develop intelligent, adaptive, and secure systems. We hope the sessions will inspire innovative ideas, collaborative research, and practical application in this important domain. So I encourage all the participants to actively engage with the speakers, ask questions, participate in discussions, and make the most of this unique learning opportunities. So once again, I'll warm welcome to all the participants, research persons, and guests. I wish you a highly informative, interactive, and successful workshop. Thank you, and I wish everyone an excellent learning experience. Now we have the session with Ms. Jyoti Kumari and Pooja ma'am. So I am delighted to warmly welcome Jyoti Kumari, a distinguished cyber security professional with expertise in information security, cyber threat analysis, security awareness, risk management, and cyber defense strategies. She has extensive experience working across the domain of cybersecurity, including vulnerability assessment, security-based practices, incident response, and the analysis of emerging cyber security threats. So her areas of interest include AI-driven cybersecurity, cyber risk management, digital forensic, secure computing system. And what makes her presence even more special for us today is that she is a proud alumna of our School of Computer Applications, belonging to the 2009 batch. Her professional accomplishment and contribution to the cybersecurity domain reflect the strong academic foundation and spirit of excellence nurtured by our school. She serves as an inspiration to our students and young professionals aspiring to build successful careers in cybersecurity. So, thank you, Jyoti, joining us. And we look forward to an insightful, enriching session from your side. I am delighted to welcome to Pooja ma'am, Pooja Lakhani, a technological professional associated with Capgemini Addition Technology Limited, Australia. So she has joined from Australia today only. So she has extensive experience in software engineering, digital transformation, cloud technology, and cyber-related solutions. Her professional interests include secure software development, emerging technologies like AI-driven applications, and enterprise technology solutions. She actively contributes to the adoption of innovative technology and industry's best practices, helping organizations leveraging technology for innovation and growth. So, Pooja ma'am, thank you very much. You have accepted our request and you have joined today. Now, all the best to all the participants. Try to join all the sessions and enjoy the sessions, ask questions. Sessions should be interactive. So, thank you very much. With this, I will request Pooja ma'am and Jyoti ma'am to start the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. First of all, my good morning to everyone. And I would like to express my deep respect and heartfelt gratitude to everyone present here. And I would also like to extend my special thanks to my esteemed former professors, especially Dr. Satya sir and Dr. Sumit sir, whose guidance, wisdom, and dedication have shaped generations of the student. So now let me introduce myself again. So I am 2009 MCA pass out batch from KIIT. I worked for 5 years with Recent Group as senior software developer in the R&D department. After completing my PGD HRM from Narsi Munji, I joined Byju's Future School, where I worked for 5 years as a director teacher. And there I dealt with more than 10 countries for projects making and client handling. Later, I pursued an advanced certification in cybersecurity and defense from IIT Kanpur. And I'm also certified CEH, that is Certified Ethical Hacker 13, version 13. So nowadays, I'm involved in some research work related to cybersecurity only. So today, Pooja and I are going to conduct the first two sessions of the day, and that will be about applied cybersecurity using multi-agent AI. So now I would like to request Pooja to kindly introduce herself. Pooja, over to you.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you, Satya sir, and other senior members who has given me chance to speak up here and share my knowledge. To share with you all, I am ISTQB certified and CH certified testing professional with 18 years of experience in IT industry. I started my journey with Headstrong, and there I worked on manual and automation testing frameworks. And 2 years later, I joined Capgemini, and there I worked for around 12 plus years. So there I got chance to work extensively on web and mobile application testing, penetration testing, vulnerability assessment tools, and log analysis, and many other tools I use like Nessus. and burp suit, etc. There are we will discuss during the sessions. And currently, I'm working with the Department of Treasury and Finance in Australia, in Adelaide. And I would like to leverage my skill set and my knowledge to share with all of you. Thank you so much. Over to you, Jyoti. We can start it. Already we have spent some time, so we can continue with the session. And
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
questions
so
are welcome. If any questions you guys have, you can raise it.
You can type it in chat box. We have that facility here, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine. So that our session can go smooth, right? Okay, so yeah, we can start. Pooja, let's start the
Yeah.
slides.
Give me a second.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, is it visible to you clearly?
Yeah, it's visible to us. Yeah. So today, cybersecurity is no longer only about firewalls and antivirus systems, right? Modern
You can
attacks are
cross that.
intelligent,
Jyoti, you
automated.
can cross that one. That small.
So,
Yes, continue.
okay.
Continue.
Pooja, if you can cross that hide, press that hide button so that full slide
Is it fine
would be
now?
visible. Yeah, it's perfect now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was saying that today cybersecurity is no longer only about firewalls and antivirus systems. It's modern attacks, and these attacks are quite intelligent, automated, fast moving, and often happen at machine speed. So traditional security tools struggle to analyze massive volumes of log, detect sophisticated threads, and respond in real time. This is where multi-agentic AI is transforming cybersecurity by enabling multiple intelligent AI agents to collaborate, reason, analyze, and automate the security operations together. So in this session, we will explore how applied cybersecurity combined with multi-agentic AI can improve threat detection, incident response, penetration testing, SOC automation, and cyber defense. Okay, next, let's see the table of contents.
Give me a second, Jyoti. There is some issue. Yeah. Yeah, you can continue.
Yes, so we have, we'll cover introduction to AI in cybersecurity threat landscape will be covered, and multi-agentic AI architecture for security operations, then AI-powered threat detection, autonomous incident response, red team versus blue team AI agents, SOC automation with multi-agent AI, then AI for vulnerabilities assessment and penetration testing, malware analysis using AI agents, threat intelligence and OSINT automation, case studies, ethical, legal, and security challenges, hands-on lab activities, future of multi-agentic AI in cybersecurity. We'll have discussion questions. Then we'll see the tools and resources also. Yeah. Yes. So what is applied cybersecurity? Or let's deal with cybersecurity.
Jyoti, your voice is gone.
Jyoti, you just switch up your videos. Okay?
Systems, applications, and data from cyber.
Jyoti, your voice was going in
Break,
between.
yeah.
So yeah, please check. Please explain it again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Yes. So cybersecurity is a practice of protecting systems, networks, applications, and data from cyber attacks, right? Now, what main goals of cybersecurity we have? Confidentiality, availability, and integrity. Anybody would like to explain what is confidentiality or integrity or availability, you can text in chat box. I would love to see your answers. We want this session to be interactive. Could you please text? Anybody? Any keywords related to confidentiality or integrity? What is that term? Security, securing data, confidentiality. Yeah, so confidentiality is what? Keeping data secret from unauthorized people, right? Good. Yes. Now, what is integrity? Correctness. Yes. Data should not be modified. Perfect. Very good. So data should not be changed or deleted or tampered with or without permission. Right. Perfect. And what is availability? Yes. So availability is what? It means ensuring that systems, networks, applications, and data are accessible to usable whenever authorized users want to see them. Yes. Now, why AI is needed in cybersecurity? See, traditional security systems struggled a lot, and still, it's struggling if we are going back to use the traditional security system. Why? Because there were lots of massive amount of security logs we have, right? And nowadays, sophisticated attacks are there. What are sophisticated attack means? Any guess? Attacks, those are highly advanced and complex cyber attacks. Yes, smart attacks, right? So multiple techniques and tool and strategies have been used, right, to attack the system. Now, 0 days vulnerabilities. Yes, correct. So any idea about 0 days vulnerabilities? So software or hardware security flaws that is unknown to the vendor or has no fix available yet, undiscovered yet. Perfect. Very good. So now, another problem was human analyst fatigue. Like, it was exhaustive process for security analysts to do continuously monitoring, analyzing, and responding to the large volume of alert logs and incidents. So it was really hectic for them. Another cause was faster attack execution. So these were quite struggling things for traditional security system. Now, how AI is going to help us? So it can detect anomalies automatically. It can correlate events faster. We can automate it to find the do the repetitive task, improving threat hunting. It can easily predict malicious behavior also. So that's how AI is applicable here. Now, what is applied cybersecurity? Applied cybersecurity means practical implementation of security tools, security techniques, tools, policies, procedures to defend real world systems and network from cyber threats. Instead of only learning theory, applied cybersecurity focus on detecting attacks, preventing breaches, responding to incidents, securing real environments, using real tools and technologies. It combines technical knowledge, hands-on skills, security operations, ethical hacking, and risk management. Now, what's so important about applied cybersecurity? Where it can be applied? So, in cyber attacks are increasing rapidly across government sector, business, banks, hospital, educational institute, critical infrastructures. Defense sector, perfect. So applied cybersecurity helps organization to protect sensitive data, prevent financial losses, maintain customer trust, ensure business continuity, right? So along with the complying with the legal and regulatory requirements. So some major cyber threats, including there are different types of threats we have, right? Let's see what are them. What are they? Can you please move to next?
Yeah, different cyber attacks like DDoS attacks.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there could be many other like endpoint security attacks.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, continue, Jyoti, please.
yeah, perfect. Yeah, we have covered this. I can go to next, Pooja. Yes. So, cyber threats is any malicious activity that attempts to damage, steal, disrupt, or gain unauthorized access to computer system, networks, or data. It can target individual, companies, government sector, governments, financial institutions, healthcare systems, educational organization that we have already discussed. Let's discuss few major type of common cyber threats like malware. There are different types of malware we have. First of all, virus. Virus. Virus is what? Virus attaches itself to a file or program and spread when executed. What kind of characteristic it can have? It needs human action to spread. It corrupts file, it slow down the system, right? Worm is another kind of malware. Worm spreads automatically through networks without user interaction. Its feature can be self-replicating, consumes bandwidth, it spreads rapidly. Okay, well, anyone can give example of worm if anyone has any idea about it. Okay, WannaCry is a worm. You can post a session, you can search it. WannaCry. Okay, another type of malware is Trojan horse. So Trojan to hide the real appearance, identity, and nature itself as a legitimate software. Okay, it's a fake antivirus software. Okay, cracked software downloaded, and what kind of effect it can leave. So it will create backdoors for entry. Okay, and it steals information. Okay, another type is ransomware. Ransomware is quite nowadays it is quite famous. So ransomware encrypts files and demands payment for decryption, right? How it flows? First it will infect the system, it will go into the system, it will encrypt the files, ransom message will appear, and then payment demand will be there. Okay, any example of ransomware? Lockbit. Lockbit is example of ransomware. Okay, spyware. Spyware secretly monitors user activities. It can steal your password, banking data, browsing history, and yeah, example of this is spyware is keyloggers. Okay, adware. So adware displays unwanted advertisement. It will slow down your system. It redirects browser to some other tab or some other application, some other pop-up. It is a privacy invasion. Okay, then phishing attack. Another type of problem is phishing attack. So what is phishing attack? It is quite known to all, I guess. Fake webs, fake landing pages. Phishing is a social engineering attack where attackers trick users into revealing sensitive information. It targets password, OTPs, credit and details, credit cards detail, and bank credentials. Okay, what type of phishing can occur. So email phishing, fake emails pretending to be trusted, they will pretend that, okay, they are sending it from a trusted organization or trusted website. Okay, but it would be a fake email. Okay, spear phishing, targeted phishing against specific individual. Okay, whaling that targets executives or senior officials. You must have heard about it. It happened in US frequently nowadays. So then smishing, phishing using SMS message. So what do you think, how we can prevent us from phishing attacks? How we can prevent ourselves, how we can prevent our system from phishing attack? First of all and most important thing is, yes, first of all and most important thing is security awareness training. It's very important. Awareness is the key in cybersecurity. We can avoid suspicious links. Always verify email sender. Yes, perfect. So, okay, another type of attack is denial of service attack and distributed denial of service attack also. Denial of service attack is where a server with traffic from one system, overwhelmed server will they'll send lots and lots of, yes, overloaded server will get overloaded. So the lots of requests will overload the server. And DDoS, DDoS is what? Traffic comes from multiple infected devices. Okay, so traffic comes from multiple infected devices, kind of botnet. Okay, so what effect it can leave? So website crash, it can crash the website. Service will be unavailable. Server would not be able to work, right? Financial loss can also happen. Now, what is botnet? Botnet is what? A network of infected computers controlled remotely. Okay, so that is botnet. How we can prevent from botnet? So firewalls, load balancing, intrusion prevention system. Okay, man in the middle attack. It is also known, quite famous. So attacker secretly intercepts communication between two parties. Okay, its common scenario is public Wi-Fi attack. It will intercept between the communication between modem and the third party. So Wi-Fi attack, session hijacking, SSL tripping. Attackers intercept banking login data on public Wi-Fi. How we can prevent from it? You always use secure sites, HTTPS, VPN. You can use VPN, use secure Wi-Fi. Okay. Another is password attack, brute force attack. In password attack, we have multiple attacks like brute force attack, dictionary attack, credentials stuffing, then rainbow table attack. So these are brute force is what? Trying all possible password combination. Dictionary attack is using common password list to crack the password. Then credential stuffing is using leaked password from previous breaches. So these are different way to use the words or a combination of letters to hit the password. Rainbow table attack using computed hash table. So how we can prevent from it? So we can use strong passwords. Password managers can be used. Account lockout policies can be used. Okay, SQL injection. Attacker injects malicious SQL queries into application inputs. It will access database, steal data, delete records. So always log in from, like if you are logging to some form and it is vulnerable, then it can happen. That site is vulnerable, then it can be happen. it can happen. How we can prevent from it? Parameterized queries we can put, then input validation can help us. Stored procedures can also help us. Then we have cross-site scripting, injection of malicious script into website, and it will leave the session hijacked. Cookies can be theft. Fake content injection can happen. Zero-day attack, you have already, we have discussed it. So attack exploiting unknown vulnerabilities before patches are available. So we don't have any patches, we don't have any fixes. And during this time, it is being hacked or attacked. So how it is dangerous? Because we don't have a defense for it, right? Vendors are also not aware of it initially. So it's quite dangerous. Now, what is insider threat? Threat caused by employees, contractors, insiders. So this type, like malicious insider, negligent insider, compromised insider are the types of insider threat. It can theft the data, sharing credentials. They can accidental leakage can happen. What is advanced persistent threat? Another type of threat. Long-term targeted attack where attackers remain hidden in networks. So here also, yeah, that is fine. So again, it will target the government, defense sector, large enterprises. Okay, we need to understand the attack stages also. Initial intrusion, lateral movement, data collection, then exfiltration. Let's see about IoT based. Nowadays, IoT is in the market. It is about to capture the market. Any idea what is IoT? You can text in the chat box. Internet of Things, right? Example is smart cameras, smart TVs, routers, smart home devices. Risk is weak password, outdated firmware, right? So these are also, here also we need to take care of. Like this is another area where we our cyber security is applicable, and we need to focus to this field also. What is supply chain attack? We are going to cover that, cyber attacks. Pooja is going to cover that. It is a whole life cycle. So Pooja is going to cover that. She'll elaborate it. Okay, yeah. So supply chain attack is attackers compromise trusted software vendors or suppliers. Any idea what is cloud security threats? See, these are quite, basic problems that we need to understand before we go ahead in cybersecurity field. So, and these like IoT security, cloud security threats, the threats towards data stored in cloud. Yeah. So common threats is happen where it can occur. Misconfigured cloud storage. Yes, in storage, there is a concept called weak IAM policies. It means identity and access management. So weak identity and access management policies in cloud security means poorly designed access control rules that allow users, applications, or services to get more permissions than necessary. So configuration is very important in cloud security threat. Data breach and insecure. Yes. Yes. So how we can prevent it? Encryption is going to help us. Access control, monitoring. These are the key. Now, AI-powered cyber threat. emerging threats using AI is deep fake attacks. You must have heard about it. Like AI is emerging, and AI powered cyber threats are there. So, what are these threats? So AI powered cyber threats are what? Any idea? Threats that is handled by AI. What are those threats? Where this AI is playing role in cyber threats, it can fastly yes, perfect, very good. Fake audio, video, impersonation, yes. Capture bypass, perfect. Deep fake attacks, emerging threats, yeah. AI phishing, yes. Smart students, yes, yes, yes. Now, how will you, what is the indicators of compromise? What are indicators of compromise? How will you understand that your system got compromised? Data lake, fingerprint authentication. So first of all, your system will get slow. Unknown processes will start working behind. It will start executing unnecessary. Yeah. Unusual logging attempts may happen. High network traffic will happen. Suspicious IP addresses you may find. Modified files, yes. So, cyber threat life cycle that contains reconnaissance, scanning, exploitation, privilege escalation, then persistence, data exfiltration, covering tracks. This part is going to covered by Pooja. She'll cover these points. So major area of applied cybersecurity is what? Network security, protecting networks from unauthorized access and attackers using firewalls, IDP, IDS, IPS, VPNs, network monitoring, like that. And we have some common cybersecurity tool, that is Wireshark, Nmap, Metasploit, Burp Suite, Splunk, Kali Linux. So Pooja is going to cover these tools also. Now, what are roles of AI in applied cybersecurity? Modern cybersecurity increasingly use artificial intelligence, machine learning, multi-agent system. Threat prediction, perfect. Automation, automated monitoring, malware analysis, anomaly detection, incident response automation. Everything can be taken care by AI. Multi-agent AI system can work together. It can detect attack, it can analyze log, it can correlate threats. It most important is correlate threats. And it can recommend remedy also. That's wonderful. Pooja, can you please move to the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so understanding agentic AI and multi-agentic system. So generative AI is what? Generative AI uses large language model to generate text, images, code, audio, videos, like OpenAI Chat GPT, Google Gemini. So these are what? These are completely LLM only. Generative AI. Now, what are the characteristics of generative AI? So it works mainly when users give instructions. Okay. It responds to user queries, but do not independently act. It can't independently act. Okay. So if you'll say to create essays, it can prepare emails, it can prepare code, summaries, images, it can prepare, but it cannot independently execute complex workflow. Like if user asks, write a phishing awareness email, the LLM generates the email, but don't send it automatically. Now, what AI agent does? An AI agent is an intelligent system that can observe environment, it can take decision, it can take action, it can use tools, it can complete tasks automatically. Now, when we talk about how it is being built, so it will definitely use LLM reasoning, it will use memory, it will use APIs, tools, and automations. Now, what are characteristics of AI agents? So it is designed to complete the task. That is the main motto to build the AI agents. It can search web, it can run scripts, it can query database also. Perfect. So LLMs plus tools, AI agents, perfect. So send alert, it can send alerts too. So autonomous actions can work with a minimal human input. It can tasks can be planned. It can break large tasks into the smaller steps. When we'll see the architecture, we'll find that there is a one AI which that AI is assigning work to the other AI agents. One AI agent will assign work to the other AI agents. So different kind of hierarchy is possible. Now, what are the example of cybersecurity AI agent? What do you think? What type of work can be assigned to the AI agents? One agent can detect suspicious login, one can analyze log, one can block IPs, one can send alerts. A big task can never be accomplished in one go, or it should not be given to one AI agent. So AI agent, any one AI agent can smartly break it down into smaller assignments, and then it can be assigned to the AI agents, other and multiple AI agents, so that easily and fastly, flawlessly task can be accomplished. Now, agentic AI and it consists specialized role. As I told you, it will work independently with lots of reasoning will be there, communication capability will be there. Together they solve complex problems autonomously. Multi-agent collaboration, uh, high autonomy will be there, distributed intelligence will be there, adaptive learning skill will be there. Okay, now let's see the architecture for security operations. Can you please move to the next one? Yeah, so basically, what is the architecture of multi-agentic AI? It will, first of all, it will collect the data. Data collection layer is the first layer of the architecture that comes in the architecture of multi-agentic layer AI. Second layer is analysis layer. After collecting the data, it will analyze, then decision layer, then response layer. These are quite basic layers, and the way we human being work, similarly, AI also work. So it will, what do you think, from where it can collect data? As we said, there will be 4 layers in multi-agentic AI architecture. First layer will be data collection. So what do you think, from where it may collect data? Any guess? Observation from data set. Any idea what is SIEM? Okay. So SIEM is what? Security information and event management. It collects data from multiple sources to detect cyber threats and suspicious activities. Now you must be thinking, what is different sources, multiple sources? So security data collection happens from systems only, systems, networks, application, and devices. Let's talk about network. If I say network devices, then router, it will collect data from router, firewall, switches, servers, Windows Server, Linux, cloud server. Then security tools, it can collect data from security tool also. That is antivirus, IDS, IPS, EDR, application. If we talk about application, SIEM will also collect data from application. That is web application, database, email server, cloud platform. So AWS logs, Azure log, Google log, it may collect data from anywhere. Okay, so endpoints, telemetry, firewall logs. So all the log collection, information collection comes to data layer. Okay, now analysis layer. What happens in analysis layer? So AI agent analyze anomalies, user behavior, threat patterns, malware signatures. So such type of analysis has to be done in the second layer. In the third layer, decision layer, suppose now we have collected data, we have find the yes, perfect. So it analyzes. So after analysis, we have decision. We'll take decision whether what type of issue is this, what is the rating of it, of this issue, whether it is 10 rated highly, it's too dangerous, or it's not, it's quite a basic and simple problem. It will not hamper my system a lot. So that type of decision agent will take. And then what action it can take, that comes under the response layer. So it will automate the action, like if it is required to block the IP address, disable the accounts, isolate endpoint, alert administration. So it will take care of everything, but we need to program it accordingly, right? Do you know that we have cyber security using multi-agent AI in market? Products are there. So we'll discuss that part also. So in market, we have such type of products where multi-agents, AI agents are there. Okay, so apart from automated action like blocking the IPs, disabling the accounts, it will take care of communication also. Agent communication method. It will take care of event buses, shared memory, message queues, APIs. It will take care of all this. And what are the popular technologies for all this? For multi-agentic AI? LangChain, AutoGen, Crew AI, OpenAI APIs, Python, TensorFlow, PyTorch. So during the session, not in this session, in our next session, we are going to handle code. Okay, we'll see the code. We'll use OpenAI, Crew AI, Python, these technologies to see the code. Okay, we'll execute it also. Okay, now what are the challenges in multi-agentic AI architecture for security operations? Agent coordination. It's quite complex. So agent coordination complexity. Multiple AI agent must communicate and collaborate properly. Poor coordination can cause confusion or delayed responses. False positive. So AI may incorrectly identify normal activities as attacks, so causing unnecessary alerts or blocking legitimate user. Now, another problem is high computational cost, quite obvious. So running multiple AI agents, codes are too long to share here, but on net repositories are there. I'll help you to get those. Fine. So running multiple AI agents requires powerful hardware, large memories, high processing power, or increasing operational cost. Obviously, it's quite obvious. Then integration issues. So firewalls, SIEM tools, cloud system, everything, all these tools has to be integrated. So setup has to be awesome. If setup is not ready, each tools are not connected with each other, configuration issue will not allow you to run anything. So it needs a solid setup. Security risk against AI. So attackers may target AI system using adversarial attacks like AI model poisoning, prompt injection, data manipulation. So these kind of risks we have with multi-agentic AI in cybersecurity. Privacy and ethical concerns. So user privacy, data confidentiality, compliances requirements. So all has to be taken care. Over automation risk is also there. So fully autonomous response may accidentally block legitimate traffic, shut down the services also, interrupt business operations. Scalability challenges are there. So managing large enterprise environment with thousands of devices and logs can become very complex to handle. So these are the challenges we have. Yes. So can you please go to the next slide? Yeah, so how multi-agent AI works in cybersecurity. Yeah, we have already discussed it. So we can go to the next one. Pooja, yeah. Yeah. Yes, we have discussed it.
We have discussed it.
Yeah, monitoring agent. And
Okay.
see, this is the architecture. Can you please play this, Pooja? Different
Yes.
types of, hierarchy is there. You can see in first single agent system, you can see there is a one single agent. When a task is small, we can use the single agent system. When we need multiple agent system, we can have multiple agents. You can see the way they have splitted the work, they have assigned the work. Parallelly, 3 agents can also get assigned and by one AI agent, and work done can be received by another AI agent, as you can see in the generator. So these are the scanner agents. So these are probable, we are just writing the possible AI agent it can be. So one agent we can assign with a reconnaissance. One agent can be assigned for scanner, exploit. Another can report agent. Go to next. So these are the protocols agents use to communicate among themselves. Model context protocol, A to agent protocol. And where it is being used, that is also mentioned here. Go to next. Thank you. Yeah, these are the protocols. Yeah, we can go to next. These are main protocols used in multi-agent AI. Among AIs that we saw earlier, and these are in coordination. This is for coordination and all. Coordination, deterministic execution, collaborative workflow. Yeah, you can go to next. Different protocols have different purposes. So according to our need, you can choose the most suitable one. Yes, we can go. Yeah. Yeah, we have discussed it. You can go to next. Yeah, over to you, Pooja. We can go to the next one.
Okay. So, guys, we have discussed all the basic concepts till now, and this is the applied cybersecurity, which contain few phases you are already aware of. That is reconnaissance. We gather information, and then we do run scans to gather more information. using those scans can be done using Nmap tool, and there are many other tools which we are going to discuss now.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, Pooja. If we can take a break for 2 minutes, water break,
Yeah, we can take break of
then we can start.
yeah, we can take break of 5 minutes and then come back. Then we
Okay.
can start it.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
fine.
Is it fine, sir?
Yes, yes.
Perfect. Okay. See you after 5 minutes. See you all. Bye.